In today's session, we'll be working on validating the user input. Today we'll be discussing about validating the user input. Here, what I'm talking about is account payable because of failure. Okay, just refresh it. I'm not switching off this machine, so I'm always facing this. Okay, now go to accounts payable. Let's open our report. Okay, where is it? Yeah, it's already here. Here you see UI builder report. Just clicked it. So here you can see account number, you can select it. If you give some random input or you don't give anything, still you can click on OK. It will try to generate the report request a default as user parameter for the report parameter. Okay, this is something system is generating. Okay, now we want to validate. We want to let the user know then and there itself without giving any input. He cannot proceed further. Here also we are receiving this message, but right after selecting the report and then not giving anything and not giving anything and user clicks on OK to generate report. At that time, we are showing this error message. We will show this error message before clicking on the OK itself. We will show that error message. Let's see how we do that. So we go to our OneNote. Let me open the OneNote. OneNote and go to our course. SSRS reports. Here I mentioned validator reports separately. It's not in this. It's not in this list of tables because this is one of the features. It is not specific to a report. It is applied to all the reports which are having UI builder. Okay, yeah, that means UI builder report and controller report you can apply this. Okay, and this is a special separate thing. It's small feature added to UI builder report and controller report. So let me do that what we have to do. So validating reports, I'll add here. User input. We have to override validate method in the contract and put the validation. So we have to override a method in contract. So I will take the existing report. Okay, and report to This is our existing controller report. So we have report here and then the controller and everything. So does the controller. So does we also have contract. In the contract class, I'm opening the contract class. You have to override. Yeah, this is the contract class. We have to override the validate method. How you do that? Just right click on it. Insert override. Insert override method. New. So it is not directly giving that. What we will do is we will write by ourselves. Okay. Public boolean validate. First, let us examine whether no, it doesn't contain any base class, right? So we cannot override. So it's a silly mistake. Yeah. It if it has a validity, it already has a reference. No, it's not that reference. Okay. If we have a validate method, the system will call this by default. What how it will do. So boolean we have to return whether true or false. True in the sense everything is fine. If it is false, then if it is false, then a warning message will be displayed to the user. Let's write the logic. I'm simply declaring a variable. Okay. And then what we have to check? We have to check this variable because we are setting it. If the user sets this, if the user gives some value, then it will set it here in this variable. So we have to check that variable. If this dot, what is our field? Account. If it is not there, then we'll show a warning. No account number provided to process report or generate report. And then as soon as we show the warning, we will return false. That is equal to false. I'm setting this variable because we are using this variable. Now we will return this. Return this value. But if it is there, this does. This does our job. Let's do what this does. Build completed. Let's go to the front end and refresh this. Okay, let's open accounts payable. Then we'll see your builder report. This is the report where we made our changes. Okay, now I'm not giving anything, simply clicking on OK. It didn't even call this method. Why? Let me put a breakpoint here. I'm attaching it, you know the process. So debug and then attach to process. I used a shortcut Control Alt P. So I'm attaching this W3 WP process. Okay, let us do it again. The system error is overriding our report. Okay. Why this issue is coming up? Let me check my notes. Am I missing something? Mm. Think we have to add. Oh yeah, actually, what we have to do is we have to stop. I said right. We have to implement it from system validatable. Sys operation validatable implements. It's an interface. Now it implements. Now you can see the overriding methods because it's already there. It is not showing. So what I'll do is I'll insert. I'll try to insert. See, validate. It does do this. Super we don't have anything because it's an interface. So we don't have any logic there. Excuse me. So we have to implement. Let me update this. I'll share these notes with you. Implement SRS sys operation validatable the contract and override. So sys operation validatable in the contract and or override validate method. You should say it's not override. We have to implement validate method logic because it's an interface. No? That's why we say implement. If it is a class, then normal notation would be to override. Though we see that in here as override, Implementation is the correct word when it is an interface. Now let me build it. We refresh it. Still loading. On the modules, accounts payable, UI builder report. Now I'm not selecting anything and now I'll click OK. See, here itself we are showing the warning. No account number provided to generate report. So it is not leaving this page. Understand what I'm saying? It is not leaving this page. Earlier what we did is we could click OK and the system is throwing the error. Now we have the error warning or error throwing the validating logic with ourselves. It not only validates for empty values. We can add our own custom logic. What do I mean by custom logic? Let's say here we have a lookup. User can select the data from here. Let's say I gave something which is not existing. Okay, if I click OK, tries to it still tries to generate the report. Here it is not accepting because we have provided a lookup. If lookup is not there, okay, if lookup is not there, then this would prevent the user to enter any random value. Okay, that is what it is. Hope you get what is validatable field, validatable reports. We can do what we have to do here. Just come to this contract and just add these implements. This is operation validatable interface. Then override or implement validate method. In this validate method, you can put this logic. Here we are checking whether account is null or not, whether it contains any data or not. Suppose if user enters something like he gave something, he entered something, then we'll write a select query to check. We do have a find method in the cust table, right? This is we are generating report from the cust table. We will find that value in the cust table using the find method. If it contains any record, then that is a valid value. Otherwise, it is not. Let me write that. Else table cust equal to cust table find. And then we'll pass in the value because this is already having a value. If it doesn't contain any value, it will go here and then throw this warning. If it comes to the else statement, that means it does have some value. Okay, this dot account. Okay, now we are trying to get the record from the guest table. If this is a valid value, then definitely this call is successful. Then it contains some data. Now, based upon this variable, we can put the validation. If there is cast, ret equal to true. Else ret equal to false. It's the same as putting with braces. What's the issue here? Case sensitivity. Okay, got it. User has provided any value here, and then we are going to fetch the record from the cast table. If the record exists, will have some value, and we are returning true. If it doesn't contain anything, we will return false. Along with this, we will also put a warning message like this. Please provide valid customer account number. That's it. So that's it.